Welcome back. Junkies on 106.7 The Fan. I'm John Paul Flame, joined by Eric Bickle.
Morning.
Johnny Kicks Allville.
Hello.
And Jason Bishop.
Good morning, everybody.
Coming up at 8:40, giving you a chance to win Wizards playoff tickets.
I love
so
it.
you want to tune in for that. Coming up at 7:20, we're going to get into the Wizards and whether you think they have a chance to win Game 2 to take a 2-0 lead on the Toronto Raptors. But we have this audio we want to go through where the Cincinnati Reds manager, who 99 people out of 100, probably 999 out of 1,000 couldn't name. I didn't know his name. Were you familiar with the manager of the Cincinnati Reds?
Of course not.
Bryan Price, been there a couple years.
Bryan Price, it's fine.
Yeah.
I don't doubt that, but I just don't follow baseball closely like I used to. Had no idea Bryan
He's no Joe.
Price.
He doesn't get mistaken for Joe Torre.
No.
If that's your point.
Where he was upset because the media had reported one of his players wasn't going to be available, and he thought that was giving a competitive advantage to the other team, and he went off. And he went off on a profanity-laced tirade, which apparently
What's their
consisted of
record? Are they struggling
77
already?
F-bombs.
No, I think they just got swept by the Cardinals. They're about 500.
They're 500.
Maybe a little bit below.
But they just got swept, so a little frustration setting in.
He's feeling some pressure.
Feeling a little pressure, and this is what happened. I believe it's a slow burn, right? Well, I think this is a long clip, but we'll just kind of we'll interject it. Period.
It's a 6-minute long clip, and I think you need to hear the slow burn because it takes 2 minutes worth of buildup because the reporter and Price are kind of going back and forth, and then about 2 minutes in, it really starts getting good.
All right.
Anything on Devin right now that you can update us with?
Well, obviously he's not here.
Right.
Broke that story last night, apparently. He's home for family reasons, and he will not return until tomorrow.
Okay. Thank you.
So you expect him back tomorrow?
That's what I just said.
Can I ask you a question?
Sure.
I don't understand what the importance is for everybody to know if we have a player that's not here. We don't benefit at all from the other teams knowing that we don't have a player. It does. You don't have to be a Reds fan, but it doesn't help us if our opponents know who's here and who isn't. That's what I want to know.
Well, as a fan, I'm wondering. Well, here's a spot for Devin Mesoraco. Why isn't he here?
Where was the spot?
It's a pinch hitter. I mean, he's an all-star with 25 home runs last year. He hits. I know you. I asked if it was a left-handed bat thing. You said no.
I don't get it. It's you know, look, I don't need you guys to be fans of the Reds. I just need to know that if there's something that we want to keep here, that it stays here. We don't need to know that Tucker Barnhart's in the fucking airport when we haven't spoken to Kyle Skipworth. I think we owe that kid the right to be called and told that he's going to be sent down, as opposed to reading that Tucker Barnhart's on his way from Louisville. I don't get it. I don't get why it's got to be this way. Has it always been this way, where we just tell everybody everything? So every opponent that we have has to know exactly what we have, which relievers are available, which guys are here and which guys aren't here, when they can play, what they can do. It's nobody's business. It's certainly not the opponent's business. We've got to deal with this bullshit. I'd like to talk, and I have spoken as candidly as I can with you people. If that's not good enough, I won't say a thing. I'll go yes sir, no sir, and I can do that. But I've been as candid as I can be about this team and our players, and we got to deal with this. Every team that we play has to know every guy that's here and what they can and can't do. Me, it's a disgrace. I'm sick of this. It's hard enough to win here, to have every opponent know exactly what the we bring to the table every day. I don't like it. That's what I'm saying. Make it very clear. I don't like the way that this is going at all. I don't like it. I don't think you guys need to know everything. And I certainly don't think that you need to see something and tweet it out there and make it a world event. How the do we benefit from them knowing that we don't have Devin Mesoraco? How do we benefit from that? They benefit from it. I just want to know how we benefit from these people knowing that we don't have a player here. Can you answer that? How is that good for the Reds?
I don't know.
Yeah, well, it's making my job
Well, hold on.
harder.
Well, hold on for a second.
It's not his job.
It's not their
to
job.
know.
They
I
don't
know.
care.
That guy's terrified, by the way.
The reporters, they don't care what's good for the Reds. They're just covering the story. If he doesn't want them to know, then he just has to just keep it to himself.
Right.
Don't tell them. And I understand that. You're frustrated by it, so then you just keep it in-house.
I agree with you.
Yeah.
Do you think the reporter knows that he has gold right in front of him?
Yeah, I think a lot of these reporters, they're I don't think they're that scared. I think they deal with this on a, it happens all the time.
They're used to it.
They're used to it. They don't really
Maybe
care.
Bryan Price is like that. I'm not sure. I don't know his reputation. But I've never heard this. I mean, this is.
Well, I think it gets better.
By the way,
Oh,
being in the clubhouse or locker room every day and just waiting for this to happen is hell. That's a hellish
Just
job.
waiting for the
Just
blow
wait.
up.
You know they're going to be tirades. From time to time, people aren't going to want to talk to you. That job sucks.
But that guy is not trying to help the Reds. He's not trying to help any of
screw
them.
the
What he's
Reds.
trying to do is to get one quote to put in his article to make deadline.
Well, he's also
That's
trying
all
to,
he's trying to
well,
do.
He's also trying to disseminate the information.
Right.
He's trying to find out if the guy's available.
He
I mean,
just
they're
wants
beat
to-
reporters. That's
Yeah,
what
that's
they
what
do.
they do.
Right. He wants one nugget to add into his article.
So just don't give him anything. We have Matt Williams on every Wednesday. He doesn't really give us that much, if you notice. He kind of, plays with us and he, whatever. He's nice, but he doesn't really give you any nuggets. They're never going to do that.
Can you answer that? How is that good for the Reds?
I don't know.
Yeah, well, it's making my job harder.
I'm sure it is.
Well, thank you. I just don't know if that's what we're supposed to do. Are we supposed to open up everything here for everybody to know all the time? So that's all I want to know what your expectations are, because me, if I got to tell these guys, we got to go out there and they know we don't have Devin Mesoraco, what benefit is that to me as a manager and our team to win a game?
He hasn't been there for a week and a half.
I just want an answer on how we benefit from them knowing that Devin Mesoraco isn't here.
I don't think you do, and I don't know that that's my job.
Your job isn't to sniff out every little thing that is about the Reds and put it out there for every other guy to hear. It's not your job.
I think
you want me to be candid with you? I've been candid with
Isn't
you.
that
I
his job?
talk to
I
you
think it
guys
is.
like men. I tell you what the is going on with the team. I tell you how I'm feeling about it as candidly as I can. And then this, got to watch this. I got to read out on a tweet from our own people in here that we don't have a player. How the does that benefit the Reds? It doesn't benefit us one bit. We try to go out there and win games. I got to come in here and then you guys blow it all over the place. Who we can play, who we can't. I'll tell you what I want you to know. I'm not going to lie to you. I didn't tell you.
Appreciate it. You did not lie to me, and I appreciate that. I'm up a rope in this business because everyone has to know everything. That's not my obligation. It's not their obligation. You know why Billy Hamilton didn't play the other day? Because his fingers hurt. He couldn't hit right-handed comfortably. Right? So that's something that I need to know and no one else needs to know. No one else needs to know it. And all of a sudden it's out there. Fingers are sore. It doesn't benefit us. It wasn't from you, but it doesn't benefit us one bit to announce to the other teams that were playing to bring in lefties whenever they need to get Billy out. There's no benefit. So I'll be honest with you, I'm sick of this. I'm sick of listening to this. I'm sick of the second guessing. You guys can do whatever the you want, but I'll tell you this. I'm not going to tell you everything about this club because you guys are going to go out there and sniff it out anyway. I don't like it one bit. Bend over backwards to be honest and direct with you guys, and you stick it right up my and the team. I'm sick of it. What do you got?
Oh, that's classic.
But I guess he
That's
just
great.
doesn't understand the gig. That's the gig.
I love the last line that we didn't get to. If you don't got anything, get out and I'll do this blanket interview with Marty. You don't have anything? Just get out, please.
Right.
I want
Gives
to
you
see.
please on
Now,
the
apparently the cameras had left. I would love to have seen that
Yeah.
on TV.
But that is the job of reporters.
That is the job.
They hear
Well,
somebody's
he-
hurt. Tell me about the guy's injury.
He's old
Right.
school. He doesn't understand in this world that stuff's going to
He
get
needs
out.
to talk to
He
the
should
general
be-
manager. He needs to talk to the commissioner.
Well, he should be angry at the people who are leaking it to the.
He hates Twitter.
to the
Big
media.
surprise.
Yeah. Well, it sounds like he gives them information, and they do more follow-up, and he gets pissed when they tweet it out.
He gives
That's
them a
the
little
job. He actually does sound like a decent guy. He's trying to be nice in the middle of this tirade. I'm going to guess he doesn't lash out that often because he's somewhat nice in the middle of it.
They pushed him over the edge. Yeah.
He had reached his breaking point,
Well,
clearly.
he just doesn't understand the gig. They're not to be cheerleaders. You know, they're not to withhold information. They're just trying to report what they can find out.
But a lot of it is frustration. They were 1-7 in their last 8 games.
Exactly.
So
that's
it's
what it is.
displaced
They won
anger.
last night.
I understand that, but prior to the rant, they had lost 7 of their last 8 games.
Yeah, some of his guys aren't hitting. That guy Billy Hamilton, who he's talking about, can't get on base. Apparently, he's got the hurt finger. I don't know. He was angry at the reporter when he was talking about the kid, the backup catcher, Tucker Barnhart, who
they had to send down.
Well, they sent the other kid Skipworth down. Mm-hmm. But the only reason that the reporter knew is because he was on a flight on the way back to St. Louis with Mesoraco and Barnhart. So he knew that Barnhart was going back to the big club, meaning the other kid was going to get sent down.
Right.
So he had a scoop.
And Bryan Price hadn't had a chance to tell him yet.
Right.
That's all right. He had a scoop. What's it going to do?
It's 2015.
It's the business.
That's right.
It's the way it works.
Coming up next, the Wizards have a big game tonight. You can listen to that on 99.1 WNEW. That's at 8. Do you think they win Game 2 in Toronto? And the Caps have a huge one, a must-win. They're down 1-2. You can listen to that at 7:30 on 106.7 The Fan. What's your vibe on Caps, Wizards? Taking your calls next at 800-636-1067.